Hello, 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 Facebook Live. I hope all is well with each and every last one of you. I wanted to come on in today, and I wanted to be able to find a way to be able to speak something into you that you have been thinking about, but for some reason you have not, absolutely not allowed yourself to break free from those things, those people, those situations that's leaving you in a space of uncertainty. So I'm going to come on and let's join me in this. Hello, Natasha. I hope all is well. I am so excited about the amazing things that's taking place in the things that I'm doing. And not only the things that I'm doing, but the things that people who have connected with and what they are doing. And so sometimes we too afraid to be able to spotlight those people. Not only spotlight those people, but to be able to support them in ways that they know genuinely they have support. And so let me tell you the number one reason why so many don't support each other. So before I do all that, I'm going to do a quick introduction. My name is Vanessa Canterbury. I am the founder of Inspired by Vanessa, where I teach people how to break down that W-2 mindset in life and in business. So not only can you embrace your purpose, but you can own it as well. The number one reason why majority don't support one another is because they were taught to think everyone for themselves. I'm going to say that again. They were taught to remember that everyone is for themselves. That is a horrible, horrible way of thinking. Now, I understand where that concept comes from, but we are in a time where people are losing their jobs. People feel that they know some great information to be able to help that next person, but they don't want to share that information. They're too afraid that somebody going to get ahead faster than they did. Better yet, they want to make sure that they keep all the goodness that have helped them, and in their circle and in their family, we're going to help them, but we won't help no one else. They have the mindset to just keep it to a small entity and thinking that they're going to get a huge impact. Can I tell you that that is the worst thing that you could possibly do? That's the worst thing you could possibly do. Why? Because there are so many things and so many people that out there that's looking for the same information that you have, the same help that you are looking for, the same thing. But we are too busy playing these mind games of not helping each other. Hey, Patricia, how are you? Not helping one another. And it's so unfortunate. And it's so disheartening because I know how that feels. I know that you don't have to be at a certain level to be able to let someone know I really truly have your back. Better yet, I'm not afraid to seeing you succeed more than myself. And so tonight, I want to be able to talk about the greatness that you already have in you, but for some reason, you don't want it to show. Is that making sense? You have greatness in you, but for some reason you are afraid to allow it to show. You're afraid because you're afraid that somebody else is not going to buy from you, or somebody is not going to be able to jump on your bandwagon to support you in a way where they'll share, promote, and even purchase from you. But do you know that small businesses is what really make up this economy? Small businesses do. And especially Black businesses. Black businesses, African American, Black businesses, the same. We don't support one another. We don't. We too busy trying to undermine one another. We too busy trying to outdo somebody else. We too busy trying to dog and down somebody else. And it's so unfortunate because each and every last one of us, there's room for us, but we too busy not seeing the bigger picture for us. We'll rather sit here and see you fail and clap our way. Y'all, I was waiting for her to fail. Really? Versus, I'll be there to pick you up if you fall. Or better yet, when you do fall, I will still be there to support you. I will still be there to reach up under you and pull you along. I will be there. Versus being pushed down, because so many people are pushed down and pushed over, because we already don't have that support from family and friends. But for the ones that we surround ourselves with, won't even support us. Well, have you ever thought maybe it's time for you to switch it up? Maybe it's time for you to be able to have somebody else that you're willing to be able to build a relationship with, somebody else that's relatable to what you're trying to do, somebody else is looking for what you have, that's willing to be able to support what you have to offer. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about, well, I will turn around and I'd rather be uncomfortable to be around some new people that's willing to be able to guide me and show me the route so I could be able to get to that level of greatness, to be able to pour something into me that I am missing, because I know it's there. It's just not watered anymore. Get with some people that's willing to water what you have. Did you hear what I just said? Get with some people that's willing to water what you have. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to share this out. And if you like what I'm saying, feel free to share this out. Don't be afraid to go and not only water what somebody else have, but if you notice, if you truly a friend and truly a supporter, if you notice what they are putting out there, don't be afraid to reach out and say, you know what, sis, let me show you. Instead of you doing this, that, and the other, let me show you how you can be able to do this in a short amount of time, but make a big old impact. Is this making sense? It'll make a bigger impact. Why? Because you are not afraid to show them how. You're not afraid. I always look for those people that's willing to be able to say, you know what? I want to know how I could be able to make a difference, how I could be able to turn the situation around, how I could be able to show somebody else how not to struggle like I did, how I could be able to go and let them know that it's so possible. How I want to know how, right? I want to know. Let me know how I could be able to do that. I want to be able to surround myself around those people that's willing to be able to say, you know what, let me show you how to do it. I need people to really understand that it's so possible. But your level of greatness should never be minimized because somebody else have been doing it more than you. Did you just hear what I said? Your level of greatness should never be minimized because somebody else has been doing it longer than you. Be okay with understanding that you could be able to do this too. Hell, I could do it. I really can. I may not know how to do it, but I can do it. And let me give you some examples how. I remember when someone told me that I wasn't going to be able to write no book. But not only write no book, they wanted to be able to get over, a company wanted to be able to get over because I was just starting out. Not only was I just starting out, but they felt that if my story is really worth it, but I'd rather to sit there and have you pay for me to be able to help you put your book out there. But at the same time, that same publisher company want the rights. They want royalties. They want all the good that come along with it. But then here you are not really reaping the benefits because you can't do nothing else with your book. Really, who wins with that? Hey, Patricia, really, who wins with that? But when now, remember, those same companies that was trying their best to get over on good old Vanessa, I learned that there's a better way to be able to put those amazing books out there, to be able to make a huge impact on people's life, to be able to get the message out, because my story is somebody else's survival kit. So if I turn around and just give it to you because you said that you could be able to help me do it, but at the same time, I know that it's wrong because you raking me over the coals with it, who benefits again? So I ask you, what are you going to do in order for you to get your greatness out there? In order for you to go ahead and just water that greatness? Sometimes we too busy playing the victim role. Oops. Did I say that? We real busy playing that victim role. We could play that victim role until we can't play it no more. And then we wonder why we still not getting anywhere. Again, how much longer are we going to continue to do that to ourselves? Is this making any type of sense to anybody? How much longer are we going to keep on doing that to ourselves? But then we'll turn around, and I'm truly not trying to be funny because I don't know how to be funny when I say what I'm going to say. Church folks are the worst. They are the worst. When I say they are the worst, I mean they are the worst. They will turn around. I'm going to go and pray to God about it and hope and pray that the good old Lord bless me with it. And not only will he bless me with it, but he gives me the okay to move forward with it. And not only give me permission to move forward with it, but to be able to do what I know that I could do. But, see, there we go. But, yeah. Church folks, love you guys dearly. Lord knows, love them dearly. But they could be absolutely the worst. But see, you know, the good old Lord, he also says that he gives you favor. Yeah, I said it. He gives you favor. So as he's giving you favor, he's giving you something absolutely amazing. But for some reason, you have found a way to misconstrue what he said. And now you go back and you Bible thumping, but you're not reading the Bible. Yeah, church folks. Then you turn around and you are like the most, hey, JD, the most, I mean, when I say you guys do the most, they do the most to the point where they were trying to mastermind and use God as, well, my God told me this and my God told me that. And you out there being the messiest person walking. But see, this is one of the things that I posted on my page today. The moment you stop treating God as a side chick, you can get somewhere. Stop treating him like a side chick. Stop calling on him when you really need him. Stop calling on him to be able to put a time stamp on when you need your blessing. Stop calling on him because you just messy or you want the good old Lord to forgive you and to be able to just give you a pass after all the dirt that you have done, but you continue to go back and do the dirt and continue to go back and be messy, and then you continue to do it and continue to do it, and then you wonder why your children have repeated your old habits and your bad habits and your current habits. Church folks. But then we also go out there and we say we're looking for an opportunity to be able to make a difference, but we won't support. We won't buy a ticket because we're too busy looking for free. We looking for free of this, we looking for free of that, and then we wonder why we keep falling short because only thing that we believe in, see, and understand is free. But do you go out there and get free when it come down to them Jordans, them iPhones, iTunes, or anything else? Your Beyonce tickets, the Beyonce CDs, she just dropped that too. But people make sure they was in line to be able to get that. They bumping that all over social media. They'll go and support them, but you won't support your own. But again, we have this greatness, but we won't do the things that we need to do to come together as a community, as a unit, to be able to make this thing happen. We will rather run from the things that we know that need work on versus facing those things that we know that needs help. Like what we offer, we could be able to help more people, but we too busy running from that. Right, church folks? We'll rather go to the church, give the pastor the money, knowing darn well the pastor's sleeping with this person and that person, and they having a building fund, but the building's supposed to be coming along 2 years ago, and here it is 10 years later, and the building fund's still not there, but I'm sorry, you had to go, okay. We have to really, really be very, very careful. Very careful when we are doing God's work. If we really, really doing God's work, God don't work in mess. He don't work in confusion either. But again, we as individuals, we need to do better. We need to check ourselves at the door. We need to check ourselves when we wake up. We need to check ourselves in the midday. We need to check ourselves at the end of the day. What are we doing to make sure that what we put out, we are okay with what we receive? Is that making sense? So how many more times are you going to keep on just keeping on, but you're not getting anywhere? But you say you want to get somewhere. If our words are not matching our actions, we need to go back and start again. If it's not matching up, let's go ahead and start again. But when you start again, make sure that you don't continue on with those bad habits, because those bad habits are taking you back many, many years. I have an amazing friend, and it's the craziest thing. Now it's to the point where she has her masters. One of them has their doctorates. And like the crazy point, they are miserable. Miserable on their job. Miserable on their job. And just hoping and praying the good old Lord work it out. He's working it out. Matter of fact, he already worked it out. But we as individuals, we really want him to come and beat on our end of our bed. Come beat on our head. He's been talking to you and telling you all along. All the signs, provided it all for you, but we too busy listening to everybody else around us that don't want nothing for themselves, and now we done took and relied on them to be able to give us the signal and the confirmation from what God is trying to tell us to do. Your greatness, when I say your greatness, with your name on it, is setting you up for abundance. Is really setting you up for abundance. So stop sleeping on something that you really need to work on. Whatever that may be. What you need to work on it. And stop telling it to people that don't want anything. Is that making sense? Be okay with having to remove yourself from people, places, and or things that's no longer growing and feeding you. Be okay with not apologizing for moving and living in your mission, your assignment with your name on it. Be okay with understanding there's something so much bigger with your name on it, but you have to know that that is coming, and be okay with its coming. It's not going to be right now gratification, but trust is coming. Is that okay? It's coming. It took 5 years for me to get to this point. After I was told that I would be nothing. Just because I was a teen mom, somebody threw in the towel and gave up on me because I only have a high school diploma. Because I worked in corporate America for 20 years. That's all I was supposed to do. But I was living check to check and I was still miserable. When I had my life turned upside down, I was laughed at, and I lost so many so-called friends when that happened, when my life got flipped upside down. It was me and my kids living this life, but then they want to come around and eat off of what I have, what I've accomplished, because I went forward with my greatness. I moved in that, and it was painful, but that pain had a purpose for a reason. So I had to go and get that pain fulfilled, some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. And that's how I discovered my purpose. That purpose that was already there. But I had to accept, as my life got flipped upside down, it was time for me to be able to move. He was telling me all along that it was time to move. Literally, right before I got laid off my job, every day I woke up with chest pains. I would be in my bed on the weekends. I would be at work with chest pains. My kids was worried. They were stressed out because I was dealing with all this stress from the job. But when I got laid off that job, my chest pains, they went away. Stop doing things that's going to kill you just to be able to survive. You're really not surviving. You're slowly killing yourself just to so-called survive. Is that making sense? We got to do better. We got so much we could be able to do in this world. So much we could be able to do. But for some reason, we are finding ourselves time and time again making poor decisions. We are finding ourselves time and time again waiting for permission. We are finding ourselves time and time again too afraid to move forward. And then not only afraid to move forward, we are afraid to even start. When are we going to come together? Like, really, when are we going to come together? When we going to really understand that we got some amazing things that we could be able to do together, but we won't do it. Why would we not do it? Because we are not ready. We're not ready. Can I tell you, it's time for you to get ready. It's time for you to start standing up and owning what you have. Better fact, it's time for you to be able to snatch back everything the devil said that you can't have. It's time for you to stop believing in everybody else and start understanding that you got something to offer too. It's really, really time. Be okay with just saying, you know what, it's time. I had put so much into my kids. And when I put so much into my kids, it was crazy, because sometimes now that I look at it, I said, dang, I put all this into my kids. Where do I fit now? Where do I fit? And I had to be realistic with myself. Vanessa, you still could be able to do you. So I say this to you because I know many people have they have their children. They want to be able to be there for their children. They want to be able to do all those things. But can I tell you that you still could be able to do those things that you are called to do? You just have to make the time. You have to be able to really think back to the time when you felt that you was just sitting there and not moving and not growing, and you understood that there was more for you, but for some reason you would not do anything. Go ahead, do for you, so you can be able to get the fulfillment that you need to get to your greater. I hope this helps someone. I don't know who, but I hope it helped somebody to understand you have greater power than you ever expected. Like, seriously, like crazy greater power. Don't keep sitting on your gift. Don't do that. The more that you sit on it, the more that there's a delay. There's more of a delay. So get with some people that's going to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to take you up under my wing, and I'm going to show you the ropes, and we're going to make a difference. We're going to make some noise. And some people may not like it, but I'm not going to apologize for it. Okay? So with that being said, I hope this helped. I hope this helps somebody. Feel free to share this out. I'm going to do more on this page here because I got some amazing things that I'm going to be doing on this side. So you could be able to find me here at Inspired by Vanessa. And if you want to be able to connect with me and see all the amazing things that I'm working on, go to InspiredByVanessa.com and you can be able to see the things that I'm working on. I am about to get ready to launch something really, really huge that's scaring the heck out of me. Scaring the bejesus out of me. I am going to be launching that next month. And again, it's scary, but do it anyway. Scared, but do it anyway. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it, Patricia. Scared, but I'm doing it anyway. And the crazy part about it, I already have people that already signed up for it, and I didn't even promote it yet. That's the crazy part about it. But you have to do something that people have been asking for. Fulfill that need. What is it that need that they are looking for? What is it that need that you have? What is it that you have that you know that you're ready to be able to do it? You may not know how to do it all, but you're willing to be able to do it and then make adjustments along the way. Is that okay? Make the adjustments along the way, but at least you are going to do it. So my name is Vanessa Canterbury, and I can be found at InspiredByVanessa.com. I will be back on this page more often to be able to give you some goodies. And I hope this is really helping you. So let me know how you enjoyed this. What's the next thing that you would like for me to be able to talk about? And I will come back here and I will give it to you. Is that okay? Talk to you soon. Be blessed.